Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys out there.
Yes. You have chat of people.
Orchestra of crickets and things.
Oh yeah. All the ambience.
Can we ask questions?
Of course.
So I saw you earlier today working on this, the keyboard, I think, that you have. And you came out at one point and said, if this doesn't work, then it's not happening. What is involved? What's happening in that keyboard?
Oh, well, what was happening in this keyboard is that I went out to do a performance out by the Rockets on Starbase, and wound up getting bombarded by all this sand. So we were sandblasted. Liz and I were out there, and it was getting later and later, and the wind was picking up, and I just had to close my eyes, and I'm just getting bombarded. And strangely, like just so much sand managed to get inside of the synthesizer. So I thought I would just have to blow it out a little bit, but I actually ended up having to take every last piece apart. Like I took apart everything, revealing the circuit boards, and then I had to clean everything. And thankfully, some of the amazing people. Thank you so much. Some people here came to the rescue and supplied cleaning stuff, and it was just so I had to take everything apart and then carefully clean everything and put it back together. And I think it's fine now.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Sounds amazing. It's very relaxing and calming.
Oh, I drive that all day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
How long have you been playing this kind of music or making this kind of music?
It's hard to say.
Since you can remember.
Yeah, because it all the stuff kind of bleeds into it. Like, 'cause it's I guess a lot of my style is creating parts, like different parts, and blend them together, and it's not always the same. So I'll have like different parts that kind of go in and out based on feel. So it's not like a full song so much as I'll compose different types of parts and then weave them and see like how they sound. So I think I started doing that when I was in high school.
Nice.
Wow. Maybe like freshman or sophomore in high school, even earlier. When I was playing piano, but I started playing guitar again. I guess I started playing guitar seriously when I was probably about 18 or 19. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the stuff that I do is like that. Although I do compose songs as well, but this is like where my like heart stuff is.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Did you have some influences that kind of led you into this?
That's a great question. Philip Glass.
Yes. There you go.
Steve Reich, Dream, Harold Budd, Trans Millennia Consort. Who else? Laurie Anderson would another like huge influence. Nowadays, probably carbon-based life forms would be an amazing art, like Hinkstep, Tipper, Yaima, another artist I love a lot. Dea Dova, Temple Step Project. All these types of things. Yeah, so I'm really, like nowadays I listen to a lot of down tempo and bass music, stuff like from West Coast of the U.S. and a lot of stuff from Australia. Then there's this whole other style that I listen to that's like from South America, and like these kids from Argentina who moved to Berlin. So they have their own style. There's an artist called Prisma who does some really interesting stuff.
Awesome.
There's 37 people in the chat who are just going nuts.
Really?
Yeah, they're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Michael Maxey said the sound feels like it's listening to the movement of the universe itself.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
some powerful stuff.
Right there,
And then they're getting into talking about solar energy, and everything is just, it's just a big discussion going
Oh,
on.
solar energy. I want to see this chat. I'm
Yeah.
interested.
You can play the
Yeah.
You can play it back after.
Yeah, it's we appreciate this, and we all appreciate this, obviously. But
Oh, yeah.
if you're creating an
This
experience,
production, what kind of name would you give this?
You mean the genre?
No, like
Oh,
this
what's
track
Oh,
that
the
you
track.
designed.
You know, it's so funny. I sometimes will come up with the names of tracks. Wow, it's a really tough one.
I don't mean to put you on spot.
No, it's okay. It's
Or that's a better question. Do you name your tracks?
sometimes I do name my tracks. What I played you is probably a mix of like 6 or 7 different tracks
Okay.
where they're like
Kind
kind
of
of.
bits and pieces and kind of melts.
It's so clean though, all the way through.
Thank you.
And the way you transition is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I came up in this, I spent a lot of time in the scene that eventually became known as emo or screamo back in the 90s. Yeah, that's, no, it's okay. So I came up in the scene, and one of the things that we would all do is we'd come up with these parts, like these really kind of insane, strange parts. Especially in the scene that was in San Diego, like bands like Drive Like Jehu, Rocket from the Crypt, then later bands like Swing Kids, and these were bands that I was around. There's a band called Hoover who were super amazing. They were from DC, and they had like this really kind of ethereal, powerful stuff. And Godspeedy Black Emperor, who were a band from Montreal, I guess they're still around. But they would create lots of parts, like lots of these kind of like things that were designed to kind of just trigger emotion and thought and feeling. And so a lot of the stuff that I was hearing in living rooms and basements in the early 90s really helped to, I guess, form a lot of that influence. That not necessarily the music itself, but this whole like kind of idea of the parts. And emo and screamo music, it's kind of like a bunch of parts, basically, like the way that the songs are put together and composed. So you'll have like different and that eventually wound up going into metal wound up becoming very influenced by a lot of stuff that was being done in screamo. So now it's it's really hard to kind of tell the difference in the genres.
It kind of blends together.
Yeah, it all merged.
They adapt parts from other.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. Oh, yes.
we have 4 people requesting an encore.
An encore. Okay. Okay, so I have a question. How many of you here enjoy singing? Singing?
She didn't want to go to the bathroom during your things.
She
So come back quick.
So, yeah, it would be great
Not
to
embarrassing.
have a choral, like a choral accompaniment
Yes. I should be back in
So you agree?
Yes.
I mean, we're all in, right, everybody? Yes. I just volunteered.
Yeah,
This was like
And don't
fun.
be embarrassed if you feel like, if you feel lack of confidence about singing, don't worry about it, just sing. It's okay, even if you sing in multiple keys at the same time. Like, just do it, but feel through it. That's really the key. Like, don't worry about, like, what other people think. Like, just, like,
Music covers.
what's that?
I said the music cover music, yeah.
Act like you're a grapple.
Hopefully it's beautiful and baffling.
Imitate the grackles.
Grackles be grappling.
Let's see.
You know, some of them have some really awesome calls.
I think
Oh, dude, that's
yeah.
wild, yeah.
That came out of that freaking bird. That was wild. Yeah.
Andrew does a modem really well. The modem. Like
I'm still waiting for after that.
That seemed like she was ready for singing, but she's until he's actually switched up.
I have a subscriber who's a big fan. His name is Michael Max. He's based in Houston, and he has been listening to this music since he can remember. And he says, "Sound is meant to resonate with the spirit."
Feeling through it and kind of vibing with you guys.
Happy room.
You guys out
Yeah,
there.
it's very happy, very positive.
Yes.
You feel it, yeah.
That's what Bob Ross said about painting. You know, it's like happy little things.
So you're Ross there.
Yeah.
Joe Search.
So yeah, same thing. You make that a part of your experience.
You love it.
Stephanie, who is singing? There's some singers in the chat.
See if I can pull something up from one of the things I really like doing is I like doing field recordings. So it's fantastic actually having a phone with like high quality audio recorder on it. So I used to carry a tape recorder around a long time ago, and it was just big clunky thing. So whenever I would hear like interesting sounds, I'd take them out. I was very influenced actually by this artist, Laurie Anderson. And what she used to do was she put a tape head, like a cassette tape head, onto a violin, and then she would stretch tape, like cassette tape or quarter-inch tape, across the tape head. So I was very influenced by that sampling, and Björk did a lot of this kind of stuff as well. So I found that really inspiring. So wherever I go, I'll record things. So what I was playing earlier actually were it's the sound of seabirds in Porto, Portugal, at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning. It kept me up. It was just this amazing sound. I'll just play it for you again so you can hear how wonderful these are. I was staying with my friend Ines Castanero, who's an amazing visual artist and musician as well. She and her partner, Joao Sarnadas. Yeah, they're super awesome. Let's see, where is it? I guess that's the thing about recording lots of stuff. It's like, oh, here we go.
Life of an artist.
So,
It sounds like it.
It is.
No, the speakers came straight up. So
Well, right here, the birds have.
imagine this.
Yeah.
Imagine this at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, just keeping you up. It's just so comforting. Bird song. Okay. So now that we're all here again, we'll do an encore. But this time we'll have audience participation. Okay. So why don't we all harmonize? How about the people who feel really confident first? Harmonize, and then if you feel called to do it, like join in. Actually, I have a better one. Let's warm up first. We'll see how this works. Okay. Okay, let's find one note and let's all try to harmonize on that one note. And let's, when we do this, let's try to, I guess, really get in there. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Tom.
Amazing.
Yeah, Tom.
For real.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Thank you, thank you.
So great.
All right, everybody, you can find his Venmo right there. If you were interested in sending him a little love, it's at Scott Beibin. Do you have a Venmo? Oh no, you're the.
There's a dash in there.
There's a dash in
We're
there.
out there, buddy.
And,
Everyone's really lovely.
yeah, and if you're interested in digging deeper into the work that I do, you can search my name along with Mandelbot Ecotech, and you can also search my name along with Groucho Fractal. And my music project is Ptelepathetique, spelled with a P. It can also be mispronounced as telepathetic. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Yeah, this is one of the first times I've played before an audience. I've mostly been traveling around and playing in different types of locales. At some point, I'm going to have a YouTube channel where I'll put all this stuff out all at once. For some reason I just haven't posted a lot of it online, or any of it online really. You can also find me on Instagram at Groucho Fractal. It's Groucho spelled the same way as Groucho Marx, Groucho, and Fractal as in fractal geometry. Yeah. Cool. Well, and and you can find me on Twitter. It's also Scott, at Scott Beibin, SCOTTBEIBIN, and I also have at Groucho Fractal on Twitter. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks to Rocket Ramp. You guys are super amazing. I highly recommend to all of you to get down here to Boca Chica and come stay in one of the trailers or the tents or the shift pods that are here. It's thoroughly worth it, whether there's a rocket launch or not. It's just worth it to kind of come down here and feel it. If you really like hanging out around the kitchen with a bunch of really geeky people who have tons of different eclectic interests.
Come get inspired.
Yeah, from ecotech to space travel to decentralized technologies and cryptocurrencies, it's all here. I've just been having amazing conversations the whole time, just meeting really remarkable people. If you feel like you've just been kind of isolated for too long, just dealing with pandemic or just hanging out by yourself a little bit too long, I thoroughly encourage you to come down here just to hit the road, go on a road trip, and inspire yourself. Yeah.
So good. Woo! Yes. You heard it. You heard it right from his mouth, everybody. Come down. Come visit. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Jokes?
Don't point at me.
Camera, right on him. Dad jokes!
I work for my father, so
I'm going right into Chief. There's the space right there.
I don't have any that I haven't probably already told that I know offhand.
You've told a few. Come on. Let him loose. Let the tiger out of the cage.
There's always my go-to ones.
Okay, I got
They've
it.
already heard those.
Cardi one?
But there's people that haven't heard them. You know, like what do mermaids wash their fins in? Tide.
What about Cardi?
What's that?
What about Cardi B?
Oh yeah. Cardi B has a sister who's a fitness instructor.
Yeah.
Her name's Cardio.
I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Dad jokes.
What is
I
that?
got a joke.
Go ahead.
It's right up your alley, so
Let's hear it.
it'll work for you. So, all right. So there's this guy, and he's shrinking really, really, really fast. So he goes to the doctor, and he's saying, "Doctor, I'm shrinking. I don't know what to do." And the whole emergency room is filled up, and the doctor looks him in the eyes and said, "Well, I guess you're gonna have to be a little patient."
But anybody in the chat have jokes?
I got a dork joke.
All right. Hold on, you're gonna be down.
What is
You-
that?
It's joke night. See, look at this started. This is awesome.
Look at that beautiful mug.
There he is.
That's pretty big.
This is Anthony Gomez, everybody. The Anthony Gomez.
He's a cult leader.
When is a duck not a duck?
Sorry. Oh, no, you were first.
Oh, are we doing?
Go,
Sorry.
go for Anthony.
When is a duck not a duck?
When it's a goose.
When it's a paradox.
Oh, yeah. A pair of ducks. Like a pair. But
The dorky plunger.
that was good. High five. All right. Here she goes. You get a knock knock.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Who?
Who's
Knock,
there?
knock.
Who's there? Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Knocking. Wait, I missed it. Knock knock. Who's there? Oh. Anthony just lost it.
Okay.
Wait, I missed it. What was it?
You gotta, that's a real specific joke.
Okay.
You gotta know Philip Glass's music.
Okay.
Here's one.
Okay.
Okay. Why do Nazis make the shittiest DJs?
Oh, I don't know. I'm Jewish.
Because they can't tell the difference between 33 and 45.
Ouch.
You guys can repeat that. It'll become a meme.
Oh, and that will.
But I'm.
This is rough.
Bear
All right.
and rabbit taking a shit in the woods.
Oh, can you hear it
And the
or
bear
smell it?
turns to the rabbit and says, "Excuse me, do you have problems with shit sticking to your fur?" And the rabbit said no. So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
This is an acting amphitheater.
Right.
Okay.
No, that requires a visual aid with that. You're like, good.
I just would like to say, have the floor right now in this huge pavilion. My dad would have been 92 if he were alive yesterday, and he started a theater in Indianapolis. Thank you. It was called Theater in the Woods, and it was built up on a hill in Indiana, and it was like outdoor seating. It's no longer there, but it's because he wanted to put on plays, and so he brought people in to put on plays, and this just kind of reminds me of something that might be like that. I never got to see it, but. So thanks, everybody. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, he told stand-up comedy bad jokes, but yeah. So
One last one since it's almost Easter. We got
all right.
Why does the Easter rabbit hide his Easter eggs?
How?
You wouldn't want nobody to know you've been fucking a chicken either.
Hope the kids don't hear that one. This has been awesome, y'all.
That's been a great one.
What's the date of today?
It's late. All right.
14th of
April
April.
14th, 2022. What's the temperature? Do you have temperature?
I don't know, 120?
Oh, Anthony just stuck a finger up his butt.
It's about like 75.
It's about.
It's like a quarter of my butt.
Oh my gosh. We are at Rocket Ranch.
Sorry.
Tonight was awesome. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for playing. Thank you for singing. We have different countries here, different states. This is awesome. Hi, I'm Jessica Kirsh. Hello. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to shut the stream down. Love you all. Mwah. All right. Tasha Boo right there, Tosh. How can we find you? How can we find you? Put it in the chat. I'm going to put it in the chat. She's so good. She's so modest. I know it's Tasha Boo on YouTube. And I put it down here. TASH. Oops. Wait for it. ABU. Tasha Boo. Tasha Boo.
On Spotify as well.
And she is on Spotify as well. And she does
All the things.
all the streaming things. All right, are any of my moderators on the chat right now? Can somebody put a link in the chat for me? This is Tasha Boo. And this is awesome. All right, now I'm really rapping. Okay. Good night.